Welcome to another episode. Today we'll be replacing the automatic transmission fluid on this 2005 Acura TL. The first step is we need to warm up the car, so start the vehicle until the cooling fan or the radiator fan turns on, but don't turn on your air conditioner. So just turn on the car, but make sure the AC is off. Once the fan turns on, then we can go on to the next step. Now once the car is properly warmed up and you have it secured on jack stands, right in the middle of the car toward the driver's side you have this aero plastic piece, and you need to remove this. Now it's held on by, there's a 10mm bolt right here, there's another one toward the back, and there's plastic tabs throughout, which I absolutely hate. But you got to remove the 10mm bolt up here and the plastic tabs around this plastic piece, and then you'll have access to the drain bolt. Now once you guys remove that plastic aero piece, if you take a look here, we have this blue marked bolt. This is what we have to remove. I believe on some Acuras, these may be a 17mm bolt. In this case, we can use a 3/8 drive ratchet. Okay, so let's see. Just insert the ratchet. Now really you can use two techniques here. You can either get a pretty good size hammer. In this case, something like this. That's maybe 3 or 4 pounds. And give it a good whacking. That will work. Or get yourself a piece of pipe or something you can fit over the end of this so you get extra leverage, and just give it a good yanking. Again, use a heavy hammer if you can. And that's it, nice and loose. And then go ahead, place your drain pan underneath and remove the bolt. And as you guys can tell, this fluid is very, very dirty. And look at the consistency, it's not very good. So it's a very good time to change it on this vehicle. And then of course, just clean off your drain plug. If you take a look at the end here, this is actually magnetic. And when you remove the drain plug, you may see little filings, little metal filings attached to this magnet. This is perfectly normal. Don't worry about that. It's designed to do that over time. So just give it a good cleaning, and then go ahead and reinstall it back on the vehicle. Now make sure it's nice and tight. The factory calls for 36 foot-pounds, but if you give it a good tightening, you'll be in good shape. And then of course, once you wrap that up, reinstall the plastic aero pan. And of course, you may want to pick up some new plastic tabs. I have to admit, I did break a couple of them, so make sure you have a couple on standby. Now when you go out and purchase the transmission fluid, just make sure, of course, it's made for Honda. Specifically, what you want to see is Honda Acura ATF-Z1. That's the key phrase, ATF-Z1. Now when you're ready to reinstall the transmission fluid, if you take a look, right here you have the fuse box. This is on the driver's side. And straight down there, right there, that is a 17mm bolt. So of course, get yourself a long extension and remove that bolt. Now the repair manual states that you want to replace 3 quarts worth of fluid, or you can simply measure how much you removed from the transmission pan, and I did just as a check, and it is 3 quarts. Now the last step is of course checking the fluid, and the dipstick for the transmission is located right here. Again, here's your motor. This is toward the driver's side. Just look down and you'll see a yellow tab. Now the repair manual states that you don't have to go through the gears. You just pull the dipstick after you insert 3 quarts, and let's take a look. And you should be in between these 2 points, which we are, so we're in good shape. One thing to note, when you reinstall this dipstick, you see how it's almost U-shaped. You want this toward the right of the vehicle. Let me see if I can zoom in here just to show you how this goes. And now if you take a look, that U-joint is pointed toward that metal tab. And that's it, guys. Just start the car, drive it around, check for leaks, and you'll be in good shape.